I know I said this to you privately, and Charles reaffirmed it a few moments ago, but as a historian of the Middle East, there's no doubt that one of your greatest historic achievements was the change in Egypt and transforming Egypt from Soviet patron, Soviet ally to American partner in the pursuit of peace. And what I wanted
to say, to the credit of Nixon, when we started down that road in '69, in retrospect, it looks inevitable. But we had to hang in there for 4 years before it happened, and that could not have been done without the president.
Let me connect the past to the present on the peace process. There was a time when it was clear what the strategic rationale for peacemaking was. Turning Egypt from Soviet to American ally, for example. When you look at the Arab-Israeli situation today, how urgent, in your view, is the pursuit of Arab-Israeli peace?
The argument is always made that achieving Arab-Israeli peace will turn around the situation in the region and will remove the principal cause of disaffection of the radical Arabs. I have my doubts about that. And I have my doubts for this reason, whatever the final settlement is. And the curious thing about the Middle East is one knows pretty well what a final settlement would look like. I'll go back to that in a minute. Those who oppose it do so because they reject the existence of Israel and not the borders of Israel, so that the people who will be placated by this and who might be willing to accept it are going to come under immediate attack from the radicals for having given up that much. And I also believe that among the moderates, that those who are willing to make the agreement, they are probably divided between those who genuinely want peace and those who look at peace as a tactical device, ultimately to destroy Israel. Having said all of this, the issue therefore becomes, how can Israel best survive under conditions of a recognized settlement or under conditions of the status quo ameliorated? And I can see that that is a serious issue. I do not believe that a settlement will bring universal reconciliation in the region. I nevertheless believe that on balance, it is the wiser course to take, provided a number of circumstances are met, or conditions are met. First, let's understand what we mean by a settlement. It's a strange aspect to the negotiation, which is this: when you begin most negotiations, normally, you don't quite know what the outcome will be. And the negotiation is supposed to bring about an outcome to which both sides can reconcile themselves or which they can endorse. In this negotiation, it is pretty clear what the outcome will be if it succeeds. What you don't know is which parties, how to find the parties to carry it out. On the Israeli side, it will be a searing domestic experience to go through the removal of significant numbers of Israelis from the West Bank. It's going to be a searing experience to the Israeli body politic, and it would require a leadership of truly extraordinary moral strength to carry this out without breaking the spirit of the Israeli people, without which there's no, the settlement loses its point. But at least in Israel you can conceive how this could happen. But on the Arab side, it isn't clear to me where you get the security guarantees that prevent the West Bank from turning into a kind of Gaza, and in which rockets and other weapons are concentrated. So I would think that one needs some kind of security system for the territory that is to be vacated by Israel that can be plausibly presented to the Israeli public as an at least conceivable alternative, other than just the declarations of whatever ruler emerges, all the less so as no ruler has yet emerged. Secondly, if there is to be a peaceful settlement, there have to be some provisions in it that put an end at least to the government-sponsored propaganda against Israel. It would be necessary to have for the Arab population a vision that includes an Israel that is a permanent feature of the region, and not simply an Israel that, not as a state that is an intruder and a permanent violator of Arab rights. So these have to be components, in my view, of a negotiation. I think the border issues, those things are painful, but they could actually be settled, I think, fairly quickly if one could come to a solution of these other problems. But how to get to that, I have no quick idea.